Hey guys, this is Azurkazia, and I have a matchmaker game between me and The Journey. And normally I don't do the matchmaker games anymore, but this game I was, I wanted to bring something up, and that is the use of Katana Cav. And it's sort of a dilemma these days with which units to use, as a lot of people completely phase out the sword samurais, the katana samurais, and I'm one of those people that still use them because I think they tear down other units well, and I'm a firm fan of the lone sword as they're cheap, destructive units. And in this game, I am pretty scared because my enemy has 4 Katana Cavalry. So if you guys don't know, Katana Cavalry destroy swords in every possible way. It is very scary, to say the least, to have a bunch of sword units and go against Katana Cav. So anyway, my typical army here is a bunch of lone sword Ashigaru, a single bow warrior monk. I have 2 light Cavs protecting my back here. I have a Yari and a Great Guard, and I have Matchlock Ashigaru protecting my not a warrior monks, I think, on each side. Nope, this one's just a matchlock that I have hiding in the woods here. So, I'm freaking out here. Normally, when I see that many Katana Cav, I'm like, what am I going to do? So I bring all my Cav on the inside. I do not want to harass at all, as I do not want to be outgunned here. And this guy sees my army, and he brings up all his Katana Cav, because he knows those Katana Cav, one charge will completely waste a lone sword. So I am very worried here. So I'm thinking maybe last second I'll charge with my guys, my horses, and I do. I pull these guys back as fast as I can, and I try to get the rest of my Cav in to fight these Katana Cav. And this is a really weird game because it was one of my first in a while, and I nearly made it out of there with my guys. I mean, I should not have even come close to winning this. And you can see right here, my lone swords are freaking out from this unit of Katana Cav. They are not used to this at all, and I have all my Cav units up front fighting my battles already, which is not really what you want to do with your Cav. You want to go around and tackle the weak points in the armies. Well, at this point, I try to pull my Cav out and move my swords back into the fight now that these Katana Cavs are sort of wasted here. And I try to move around with my lone swords, try to do, my matchlock units, try and do as much damage as I possibly can here. And I have my single bow warrior monk shooting at his general, and they're doing the same thing to me, but I'm going to stand and fight now. And I have decent protection on my general. And I was able to use my Cav to disrupt the enemy's Katana Cav. But this game could have gone completely different if I did not move up all my Cav units. And I got lucky here protecting my matchlock here, because they're what also saves me towards the end, because this was not the best play from me on my part. But I am now able to pretty much waste the enemy's general, which is what gives me a chance to win at this game. So I have my stand and fight, I have my lone swords fighting here, doing the best that they can to hold on. I have war cries being blown on me. My matchlocks are getting hit, they're in war cry. But if I let that initial charge of all those Katana Cavs get me, I would have lost about a minute. There would have been no way for me to handle this. And it's still a pretty close battle. I mean, my general's holding on here. If it wasn't for his such high stats in melee, he probably would be dead by now, as he's holding on here, fighting the best he can. And I am pretty much using my bow warrior monk at this point as a melee unit, I think. I need to get up there, do any sort of thing I can. And I still have this unit of lone swords in the back. I did not realize he was there as I was getting used to the new camera that I was using, which is unfortunately disabled now, the developer camera. But he strangely does not go after my matchlocks over here, but he's constantly trying to go after these guys. And my not a warrior monks are getting destroyed from my matchlocks and all these guys he keeps throwing. And he eventually gets through enough to get close to my matchlocks here. And, I'm still holding on here. My general is in stand and fight. He's freaking out. I only have 5 guys left. I still have my Great Guard fighting here. His Katana Cav's still alive, amazingly, but you can tell they did enough damage to my Loon Swords as they are completely gone. And if it wasn't for this last unit of Loon Swords I kept out, that Katana Sam would have killed them all. But these guys have such high morale left that I was barely able to get out of this, and especially with the Matchlock Fire right here. This is one of the closest games I've ever played, and this is a matchmaker battle. And I was actually quite impressed with the ability of the Katana Cavalry to still stay alive. I mean, the only reason why I won is because of how bunched up he was, and clearly he had me beat from the start with unit selection. So I wanted to, make this game for you guys to show you. Katana Cav are a dilemma in this game, especially with people moving away from spears, moving away from katana to sword units, as it's a gamble to even bring them. But when you do, and your enemy has a lot of sword units, for the most part you are screwed. Completely screwed. So that was my game. I was very stressed out by it for the most part, but I wanted to show you guys because Katana Cav are thought of as these awful units, but they can completely turn the tide. Alright guys, this is Azure Kazia. Make sure to keep coming back to my site. I'll be doing more coverage, more streaming at JustinTV / Azure Total War. Alright guys, check you later.